lonely eyes. I'm gonna sing Barry White. I can't get enough of your love, babe. Your love, babe. Oh, I know. Okay, so we can actually start right now. We got 4 viewers. It's amazing. It's happening. This is the last day of my work week. Tomorrow, well, actually, tomorrow's the last day of my work week, and my weekend will begin, and the long casting days will begin, and I'm excited. Super excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm here. My name is Nex. We're just going to start right now. Got my host right here. He's my trusty companion host named Rankshis.
Howdy.
Howdy, or whoop whoop. One of those two are the ones that get chosen. So the whoop whoop, or wait, no, the howdy got chosen today. He's feeling especially Texan or Yakimon, whatever. Seattle. So yes, Shadow Shaman's the first pick. That makes a lot of sense. Tidehunter being the other pick. It's just those strong heroes being picked right off the bat. But Viper made it into the picks this time, and his counterpart, so did Razor. The DP, on the other hand, getting banned out. DP, Viper, and Razor all kind of fulfilling the same sort of role in my head, anyways. And
I kind of think it's too early to pick a Viper, just because Viper counters so many things, but you can, in theory, counter a Viper, and a Razor's moderately good at that, so it seems like somewhat of an error to pick a Viper this early, specifically when there's still counters available, so, but they did it, and they did get countered, so we'll see how it plays out for them, I suppose.
Yeah, I could see Viper laning against Razor and doing well right up, like in the beginning, but then as soon as Razor gets some static link levels, that's when Razor can man up. So I don't know how that would really work. I see Viper getting good last hitting, and Viper will probably still win the lane, I think. But he'll do.
I don't know. Corrosive skin isn't going to be as good. Nether toxin isn't going to be as good. And poison attack is really only. But like I still think Razor should probably win that lane.
Yeah, in the end, like most of the lane happens after level like 3, and that's the time that Razor will have a stronger nuke, he'll have a stronger static link, and so that is when I think Razor could really turn it around in terms of like, the average playthrough of a Viper versus Razor mid lane. But maybe there'll be interesting lanes. We might see Viper go to another lane maybe to try to just maybe dodge the Razor because he wants to do really well, and maybe against Razor he can't do extremely well like he wants to. Viper does want to ball out of control. Looking at the bans though, AA, Treant Protector, Enigma, and Witch Doctor. Those strong supports, AA and Witch Doctor being banned out. It's always those high impact supports, man. Skywrath Mage is definitely going to get picked up in this next 2 picks if anything is like how it has been in the last couple of days, weeks, months.
This is surprising. This is the first time I think we've seen Skywrath not get picked up in the first 2 picks. Maybe it's happened one other time, but I honestly can't remember it.
Yep. Everyone get in the happening bunker because it's happening right now. Skywrath is not being picked. What a day. He's strong. I don't know. He's just able to play so far back. He's squishy, right? But he can play so far back with his spells that it's like he's not really in jeopardy unless the other team has dive potential. And some teams just don't pick dive potential.
Wow.
I call it reach. And whoop, Disruptor! If I had a button that I could push that like does some like hype music, like come on and slam, just like Disruptor's my boy. I'm gonna show you guys my profile right now, just because for justice. Boom. Disruptor. Oh, mounts. Ben had mounts. Oh, a weapon that's autographed and has a custom name and custom description with tons of like stat tracks. Whoa, what a boss this guy is. Speaking about myself. Earthshaker being the other pick coming out from the Radiant team. He will shake the earth. The earth will shake, says the race.
We dream of ways to break these iron bars.
Yep.
And a vengeful spirit pickup. That's honestly surprising. I like Vengeful Spirit specifically against Shadow Shaman. Venge is really good about, like... Are you showing what Viper does? Oh, okay. Yeah, but, oh, yeah, hold on. I gotta turn my fan off. I've just been messaged about this particular problem, so I will be right back.
Okay. So yeah, Disruptor is just an amazing hero. Vengeful Spirit is a good setup for Disruptor as well, and she can swap people in if they try to escape, or if she wants to include more people. It's actually a very good counter to Disruptor. Vengeful Spirit is, so that's also true. Is that they're picking one of the counters of Disruptor. And I just think it's good. You need someone with a solid stun. Hopefully it's a multi-hero stun. That's why Sand King is one of the heroes that works so well with Disruptor, because when you combine the fact that Sand King has reach plus a multi-hero stun, you can just lay that kinetic field static storm combo right on their faces and give them hell. So that is why that's what makes it Disruptor extra good, but Venge still really good. And let me, of course, go backtrack and say that there is a Tidehunter on the team with the really liking the Dire's picks. Of course I am. Clockwork being the other pick coming out from the Radiant to help counter initiate, because one thing's for sure is that Dire is definitely going to be initiating well. And well, Dire has initiation and counter initiation, so it's almost like if the Dire waits for the Radiant to initiate, then they can just counter initiate, and then no matter what, they're going to win.
Dire team pick.
It's going to be so hard fighting Dire, in my opinion.
This is really weird. Both teams like favor really heavy like area control type situations. We don't actually see that a lot. Usually one team will pick into something like that, but both teams are like fight us on our terms type of scenario.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely, like you said, like, not to say that Radiant doesn't have really good team fight. They have a different type. They don't have like a wombo combo giant AoE like Disruptor plus Tidehunter combo, but they do have the ability to fight in a 5v5. They have Clockwork to like lock someone down, Shadow Shaman wards to place down and keep people in there. If people are going to have to fight around wards, now they've got fight around cogs. Now they've got mass serpent wards as well. And then the plasma field's really strong from Razor, and once again he wants that long duration fight to happen with static link. So Clockwork's going to keep someone in, and or they're going to fight around the cogs, and that static link's going to keep going. And of course, Earthshaker is going to do what he does. He makes it happen. Brewmaster and the Wraith King getting banned out in the last phase of the banning, and carries are kind of what we're sort of looking for Dire. They have Viper, but yeah, they're definitely going to probably pick. Definitely going to probably is how I go about that awesome statement. It's completely broad, blanketed statement.
Yeah, Viper for sure is a carry type hero, but he's more of a tank, I would say, than a true carry. So it kind of looks like it's same for Razor, but both teams are probably looking to pick up some sort of carry here. Maybe not super hard, but still somewhat of a carry.
If it's not going to be a carry, it's going to be something that can push like even better. So you notice that, well, DP's actually push, but like, yeah, anything else that can push. A DK, a Leshrac, or something like that. Yeah, but or something that can split push, so Weaver, Morphling, and Phantom Assassin gets picked for Dire, so they don't really have that. Well, they have really low push on the Dire team, and in that fact, they got great team fight, but that's going to carry them to the towers is the team fight. Obviously, they have a really strong team comp, but nothing that's immediately going to push down towers, which of course is like the meta right now. Almost every cast that we see here has some form of tower push, and we'll see what the Radiant picks up. Will they go more push or will they go more carry? I do like the Phantom Assassin pick though. I mean, to actually comment on that, they have so much lockdown on the Dire team, Tidehunter, and then Static Field just going to keep them there. And Phantom Assassin is just going to do her thing. And it's just a solid stun from Vengeful Spirit as well. Like, those two could even make something happen. And the slow from Viper. So I think Dire has a really strong offensive and defensive team.
Yeah, they're definitely banking on winning team fights and just casually pushing.
Right. And their gank potential is really, really good. I mean, Glimpse and Magic Missile, that's all they really need in order to find people caught out. And, well, they Radiant picked a Clockwork into a Disruptor. And if there's anything we know is that Glimpse can send Clockwork back, and Juggernaut is the pick. Juggernaut! And he can push, and he's got that ward, and that's going to allow them to stay the course. When Shadow Shaman walks up and puts down those Mass Serpent wards, this is a pretty good way to cover their weakness. Like, if you push, let's say the team that's, you're like, okay, let's say the Radiant team's pushing and the Dire just annihilates the creeps, and now the Radiant doesn't have any ability to push, like no creep wave. Now the Juggernaut's there to keep their healths up as heroes as well as the creep wave. So I think I like this Juggernaut pick, and I know you do. But how do you like it?
Yeah,
in this
Juggernaut is Juggernaut's a phenomenal hero, and Razor and Clockwork and even Earthshaker are going to be pretty tanky. So like Healing Ward is definitely going to do extra. Like if for instance the Dire team would have gotten it, like Healing Ward isn't that great for Disruptor and Venge. Sure, it's good, but it's not as good per se.
No, definitely not a Disruptor.
But past pushing, like Clockwork likes to jump into the middle, and he's definitely gonna like having Healing Ward to back him up. And I don't know, Jug definitely fits onto the Radiant team better than he does onto the team.
Yeah, I'd say that's true. It is really nice that he can Omni Slash through like the cogs. So like, yeah, if the people are grouped around the cogs, that's one way where he as a melee hero can get past. At least he's not a completely landlocked, hero like, let's say, a Wraith King or something that doesn't have a Blink Dagger. So,
also, Spin is going to go tremendously well with Fissure and Shadow Shaman lockdown.
Oh yeah, definitely gank potential coming out there, and well, both do actually. I mean, they both have good defensive tri-lanes set up, and that's what they're headed towards, is their defensive tri-lanes. On the Dire side, they do have the Glimpse, Magic Missile into a PA Phantom Strike right clicks, and that's going to catch out any off lane. Let's see, like the Clockwork. I've said it before so many times. Disruptor's really good against most off lanes because, unlike most off lanes, he has something that can make their escape abilities diminish. He has Glimpse, and he actually skilled that level 1, convinced that he's going to need it. And I usually like to leave it open because sometimes, you need another move, but Glimpse is just so good. Yeah, you power cogs. Yeah, if you ran just a little bit before you power cogs, I'm going to Glimpse you on the other side of it. And level 1 is definitely enough range to do it.
I don't know if you saw that, but Earthshaker just threw a for fun Fissure and picked up a regen rune, which is pretty silly.
Swag.
But so I would earlier in the draft, I definitely like the Dire team's draft better. And wow, totally right. Viper is dodging the middle lane and going top. But I do wish. I wish that the Radiant team would aggro tri-lane with their Juggernaut. I think it's a way better option.
You think so, huh? Yeah, well, I think that Clockwork's going to do really bad here, and he wouldn't do very good against the Tidehunter. I think that's true too, though. But
he would do better. I think overall it would make their lanes just overall do better.
But I agree with you. I mean, the Juggernaut spin, magic immunity would totally make Juggernaut just go ham in the top lane here.
Yeah, for sure. And it's really easy to dodge Glimpse and Magic Missile with spin. Like, both of those are really slow, and you can tell when they're about to hit you.
Yeah, no, I actually completely agree with you. So, like, this is a cool thing to think about, guys, is that it's when you have a tri-lane and you've noticed what their tri-lane is, sometimes it's good to make the decision on the fly to change up your lanes and take what you thought when it drafted for a defensive tri-lane and make it an aggro tri-lane, because in my opinion, like as Rankshis has said, the tri-lane here from the Radiant team would do really well against the offensive tri-lane.
Yeah, I definitely think they would win that. So,
but that isn't to say that this tri-lane won't do well as well.
No, sticking with the defensive tri-lane, like they're gonna get more farm out of it, where an aggressive tri-lane you try to shut down the other team's farm. So it's not literally the worst decision I've ever heard of. I just think it could work out really well.
And Clockwork's getting completely driven back. He's still level 1. He knows that at least he's aware that it is a kill potential that he cannot avoid. It's gonna be really tough for him, because if he walks up and the Dire supports know what they're doing, that is a 100% Clockwork kill. And Tide's doing the same thing, but Tide is able to stack those Ancients easier, and they have a team that can kill Ancients. I mean, Tidehunter alone. So
this is his third stack, by the way. He's stacked every possible time.
Wow, and he's level 2.
Yeah, good on him. This Tidehunter is doing way better than this Clockwork.
Phantom Assassin getting a Sage's Mask here in the mid lane. Can't say I've seen that much, but she's just going to make it straight into a Basilius, so she gets that mana regen. Stifling Dagger spam is really good for mid lane when you don't have against a mid lane that can solo gank you very well, and I don't think Razor can do that.
Juggernaut coming in for the spin on the bottom lane. And here could be first blood.
This is definitely first blood. If they can catch up, is there going to be another support? He has the Kraken Shell doing work. One last right click gives Shadow Shaman the first blood.
Kind of a bummer. Juggernaut for sure wanted that, but he did get juked. so no first blood for him.
Yep. I was tracking the top lane. They were going on him just a little bit, but Clockwork was really close to his tower, and there was no actual like glimpse threat there, despite the fact that he did get low and had to pop a bunch of tangos. Well, like we were saying that Tidehunter was doing really well, but yeah, I guess he just got a little greedy because, like we know that if you also come out too far, you're gonna get killed. But I believe it was Ice that said that if an offlane doesn't get killed once, he might be playing too safe and not trying to get the XP, trying to deny the carry's farm on the other side of the team, and there is something to be said for that. He might be playing too conservatively.
I could see that.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely some truth to it.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. PA against the Razors, somewhat even. Razors doing a little bit better, and that makes a little bit more. Or that makes sense while Stifling Dagger isn't leveled, but now it's level 3, and she's going to be doing a lot better. And what is she buying? Looks like she's not going to bottle. I have seen PA go bottle in the mid lane, and wow, that's just Plasma Field doing tons of damage. That's got to be the most annoying thing, is laying against a Razor that always clips you at the edge of that Plasma Field. You always run back, and you end up just increasing the damage that you take, you know? It's like, yep. I'm just going to start learning
Razor
to run
has
at
one
it.
of those. Yeah, Razor also has, if you get hit on the very edge of Plasma Field, it does one of the highest damage nukes in the game.
Yep.
And it's AoE, so it's definitely... Sometimes I think this to myself after getting hit by it. It would have been better to run in towards Razor.
But the Dire supports, they're smoked up, and they're getting the perfect initiation on this high ground Razor right now. There's the magic missile. The glimpse is going to be ready. Thunderstrike's going to come out, but they're right-clicking. He's going to save it. Now he's going to throw it because he needs it. There goes in a Sentry Ward. I'm not really sure. There isn't anything. Particularly there's the glimpse, and now they're going to... Wow, he's actually on the other side. He's actually going to bottle up between these charges, but there's the Stifling Dagger, which is good because that carry wants that kill.
The Razor actually had a Invis rune. The thing.
That's what it was. I was like, they don't have any Invis heroes, but way to go to catch that. So he popped it like at that moment, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he popped it right after Magic Missile wore off.
And then he was forced to bottle, which then made it so that he couldn't run in the other direction.
Yeah, exactly.
That was really, really close, though. That was good. That's okay. So you just kind of learned one way to counter Disruptor, or at least help give yourself the opportunity to counter Disruptor, is when you glimpse almost every time, run the opposite direction. That is like almost 100% truth.
Yeah. Almost.
Yeah, that is. It's definitely tricked me too much than I'd like to admit. Just like what? I didn't. Just click on the map. Like if you can't readjust your actual like viewpoint camera to like go to the other direction, then just click on the map in the opposite direction. But yeah, I'm so excited to see Disruptor playing, and he's actually pulling a lot. He's getting a good amount of money. He's got his wand up, and they upgraded the courier, and so they're making this tri-lane efficient. And on the other side, the Radiant tri-lane, they're more focused on trying to zone out this Tidehunter, but the lane is pushed too far, and they're not stacking and pulling nearly as much as the Dire are. And I would venture a guess that the XP is going a little bit way to the Dire, and my guess is incorrect. I'm not actually sure why the Dire's XP is better. Now I gotta think about it.
Probably because of that kill.
Yeah.
The kill that happened mid was probably a big swing for it too.
Yeah. Definitely, and the Clockwork is.
Wow, that Clockwork's actually doing much better than like Tidehunter got a quick level 2, and that Clockwork was level 1 for a really long time.
Oh wow, this Earthshaker is invis and totally is trying to make something happen, but this Sentry Ward completely was able to reveal that Earthshaker. That's unfortunate, just a little bit. I actually have 2 sentries down mid.
So I don't think you were watching bottom, but Tidehunter got hit a bunch of times and then suddenly DC'd.
Ooh. No.
Yeah.
Bueno.
So he's gonna live, yeah. But yeah, man, those 3 points in Kraken Shell, by the way, are definitely doing work for him. I don't particularly agree with that, but it's working out well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it allows him to get more XP and gold.
I think trade. Anchor Smash gives you like the ability to get kills. Okay, I can't listen to this Juggernaut anymore. Yeah, I had my camera there watching it. Yeah, but Anchor Smash lets you, like, last hit and get kills, or theoretically, you know, like, Juggernaut has to go into melee range for it. If you Anchor Smash him every time, Juggernaut went greedy and got a Midas, and he got a pretty quick Midas, but still, if you would hit him with a level 3 Anchor Smash there, or even a level 2 Anchor Smash if you want to get 2 points in Kraken Shell, like, this Juggernaut would be way lower, and then all of a sudden, like, Tide's level 6, and it's an easy Ravage into a kill.
That's true. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's true that you want to have the ability to do things on your own, but, like, I mean, he's really just a Ravage bot, and that's why he's in the off lane. So, like, I think that you're not always going to be presented with the opportunity to use Anchor Smash and trade, and especially against the fact that the Radiant has consistently been here in this lane, and it's not like he's going to be able to Anchor Smash spam and actually hurt someone, because he's just going to keep getting zoned out as much as possible. So, like, I could see
you say that, but he's been going for last hits pretty consistently because the wave's constantly pushed up, and he's trying to Anchor Smash for him, but he's missed more than a couple of them.
Right. Well, you might actually say that he might, you know, be more difficult to walk up and get those or attempt those last hits if he had less protection from Kraken Shell. I mean, that's true too, you know.
Maybe. I don't think
it definitely goes both ways. I mean, it helps your last hits to have the Anchor Smash. It also helps you do damage. But, like, in terms of farm and XP, you can walk up, get an Anchor Smash off, and go back. You're going to take more damage to do it if you don't have as much Kraken Shell levels. And now you're using your Anchor Smash kind of to take last hits rather than to, like, try to farm. And even though that's, I mean, your main objective is to, like, get as much last hits as you can. And I suppose it's a trade-off. Both kind of work. But the one cool thing about Anchor Smash is that the damage reduction doesn't scale, right? It's like, no matter what, it's 60% damage reduction for 6 seconds static at all levels.
That's true. But I would say, on the reverse side of that, the main thing he has to worry about is spin damage, and that doesn't get reduced by Kraken Shell. But Anchor Smash would hit through spin, so it seems safer in that regard.
That's a good point. We're dropping the knowledge bombs for you guys. The Devil's Advocate and the Angel's Advocate, I guess.
Pew, pew, pew. That's the sound of knowledge bombs.
Yep. They're little bombs. Just a bunch of little bombs. Clockwork in the top lane is kind of just standing here absorbing as much XP as he can because he knows that they're farming the heart. And this is like one of the changes that allows off lanes to be just more successful is he can actually sit here and absorb this XP as long as... No, I think he just gets the XP, even if the heroes from the Dire last hit, right? He gets the XP.
Yeah, he still splits it with them.
I think
so
it
goes
was
3 ways between all those heroes.
Yeah. Was it if the creeps get the last hit, then?
If the creeps kill it, then it goes to the creep faction.
Exclusively that creep faction?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right. That's interesting.
I mean that for the Radiant and Dire creeps. Like if the neutral kills the Radiant and Dire creep. If the Radiant or Dire creep kills the neutral, then it still gets split every direction.
Right. So like look at that equation. It actually is in favor of the offlaner because the creep deaths are going to go only to the offlaner, but the neutral creeps are going to get split. So the offlaner wins in XP in that scenario. Right?
Yes.
Yes. I knew the answer. I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page. Yeah.
You want to include me in your topic?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's so nice of you.
It's pretty crazy, guys. If you think about that. Fortunately, this pause is lasting forever, but I'm surprised that we're not actually going. He said G, and now the G's come out. So, game's gonna commence.
Good thing we have so much to talk about.
Yeah, Dota. All right.
Dota.
Cool.
I'm also surprised that this Phantom Assassin isn't doing better. Maybe. I don't agree with the Aquila. I wish she would have went a bottle. I think with a bottle she'd be doing better.
I'm watching bottom because Earthshaker is invis still. He has a couple of ticks, and now it gets revealed. He's standing right there. There's the Fisser, and this is going to be a kill. He doesn't have spin up, but it's going to be the right clicks. Does he have an enchant totem? No, he doesn't. The right clicks, the Kraken Shell, they're doing 0 damage. Oh my god. Where's your Anchor Smash levels now, huh? Oh man, he just manned up even though he got away.
I have no idea why he did that, by the way. He totally could have lived.
He was like, look how strong I am.
Bottom tower.
Behold my
I
glory.
have nothing to fear.
I am invincible. I can create a team fight. Is what he was. Yeah. PA not doing so hot. One more plasma field is going to be the death of her, and no bottle to her name. So, is she going to take it? I've died doing exactly what PA is doing right now. Too much greed. Does the Razor? No. If he ran up and plasma field, literally, it would kill her. But the tango's rolling. The last tango to her name, Venge, pinging out the Razor. Is there going to be a magic missile? Is there going to be any action? I don't know if PA can do this. There's the plasma field dodged by the PA. There's the wave of terror reducing the armor. There's the kinetic field not even doing anything because Razor didn't run against it. But now it's enough to damage, and Glimpse is there for the kill. Coup de grace on the Razor. Wowzers.
Who was having such a horrible time.
Yeah. Good on you, supports. Good on you.
Yeah. She definitely needed the help more than the Viper did. The Viper is doing moderately well. Like, he's kind of keeping up with the Juggernaut. He's a little bit behind, but this PA is definitely
Radiant have
losing.
an Observer Ward on this Ancient, and they saw that this Tidehunter was tanking him, and that's going to be a shackle in to kill. The Ancient's definitely not helping, and almost got denied by this Ancient stack. But the damage went to the Ether Shock, which was well placed because it's soul kill.
Yeah, that was really close. I thought for sure the Ancient... I mean, look how many Ancients there are. He's going to get denied for sure.
Yeah, but that's where... Now this is where your Anchor Smash levels really are needed. So if there's any argument to be made on top of what you've already said, it's the Ancient stack. Now he's not able to do it as well.
He did stack exceptionally well for the first 3 minutes of the game. If he had Anchor Smash with 3 points in it, he definitely could have killed those.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still warded, so they obviously would have come, but he can kill them way quicker than he could have.
This is like such a smart ward when someone's doing Ancients. Like, you can try to block it and put it in this kind of box right here, I believe. It's about right there. And if you put it in here, it's gonna like get obviously notice that when they try to stack that it's warded, and that might get actually dewarded. So if you place it back here, now you can punish the fact that the Ancient stack is happening and maybe steal it for yourself if you're able to get enough.
They did get a kill out of it.
Yeah.
So who's to say it's not a better idea?
Well played. Both the supports on this team have done really well. Earthshaker was really low. I actually thought he was in a fight, but he was actually just jungling and got super low, about 10 HP. Yeah, so both supports on both teams have done extremely well, in my opinion. I am impressed. Well played. The roaming from both and the warding from both, I enjoy.
I would say this is probably the highest level support play we've seen in any of our games so far.
Agreed. Both have been like doing their jobs in their respective tri lanes as well. And yeah, definitely. Razor coming in, gonna get this regen rune. This Venge is trying to get it, but unfortunately too much Radiant protecting the runes. Juggernaut he's out of the lane. He did get his early Midas, so he's going to be ramping up. Hopefully, they got the attack speed. And there's the ult right onto the Venge. That's how strong Omni Slash is, level 1, when you get it early. There's the Ravage up, and the Disruptor and the Tidehunter are waiting here. There's not going to be any more from Dire. And no reason to actually go on that. The Omni Slash was used, but you need a lot of people to probably be able to chase and actually get kills there. So good roaming from the Radiant. Omni Slash getting early kills. Like, that's really how you capitalize on Juggernaut. It's the people that AFK farm and actually don't use the ganking ability. Omni Slash is so strong.
Yeah.
And look at his build. Tons of
hard
blade
carry.
hands. He has a lot of levels.
Yeah, I still think Healing Ward's the better choice, but...
Agreed. Now,
but
Clockwork hook shot onto the PA. He's in tower range, but the Phantom... is it Phantom Strike? Like, yes, I think it's Phantom Strike. Yeah. The leap is the... There it is, yeah. I was like, wait, why is it a strike? But I was like, oh yeah. It is actually a strike after that. Because it increases attack speed.
So that Disruptor kind of saved that Clockwork there, by the way.
Oh, did he glimpse him out of the range of the tower?
Yeah. PA immediately jumped out, and he was like, go back to safety, friend.
Yeah. So that'll happen. Glimpses where your team's like, what? Why you do this? That'll happen. But sometimes you can't always foresee what's going on. You didn't know if there was a major follow-up coming out from the Radiant, but the Ravage was there, and so in hindsight, probably Dire has the team fight advantage when the hook shot comes under tower. And now Dire is feeling really confident, and the Omni Slash is not going to be up for 30 seconds. There's a TP in from the Juggernaut, speaking of which, but he Blade Furies out of the stun from the Vengeful Spirit, and now there's a ton of Dire going on the Razor. He's going down, he's getting Fosu's fire. There's the coup de grace once again on the Razor. And now there's a Fisser onto someone, Shackle right onto Viper. He's getting stunned, but now the Dire's re-engaging. Once again, they feel strong. There's the Viper, the poison attack, it's really strong. And now the Nether Toxin's also doing damage, but that's all there is going to be said. The cogs are so good in terms of just being able to disengage from a fight.
Those cogs actually prevented Tide from ravaging, so Clockwork was actually a hero.
And now
there.
they're going
Maybe
back in. Do they know there's no
them.
mana for Ravage? There still is no mana for Ravage. It's going to be 4 seconds-ish before Ravage is going to be up. Now Juggernaut's way too low, but the rest of the Radiant is here. Omni Slash just came off cooldown. That was able to kill the Viper. Now there's I forgot the dagger name from PA. I got it. It's Stifling Dagger. There it is.
Stifling
Dagger coming out from PA. I just like abbreviate with Dagger. And the wards are right on the tower and went in mid. And that is going to be a tower kill. Even though they're fighting that whole time and got 2 kills, they got the tower. And that was because Ravage was unused. All thanks to the cogs.
Yeah.
Which are ranked
cogs
too.
being hero cogs. By the way, this Juggernaut is very close to his Aghanims, and it's going to be a really early Aghanims.
Oh my goodness. 3-0 with a Midas and free farm at 13 minutes into the game.
Not what you want to fight against. I'll tell you that right now.
God, like I have gone over what the name of Stifling Dagger is so many times. Like there's a ability name like tester that like I'm able to get through flawlessly. But like when it comes to an actual cast, I'm just like, oh, it's been a 10-hour day and I can't think of what this dagger is. And instead of just saying dagger, I'm like, what's the actual name? Yeah.
I don't think anyone will fault you for just saying dagger.
I know, right?
By the way.
It's true. I'm trying to like train myself for a more educational stream, I suppose, but yeah, no. It's not like the procasters will always just say blink, dagger, leap, arrow, you know. So, yeah. Yes, Dire grouped up in the mid lane, and the Radiant's kind of looking to
I like Dire's decision here because Viper has a mech and they have a Ravage. That just means they need to fight. Like they're not.
So strong.
They're obviously not.
There's the hook shot.
Oh,
The TP from the Invis Razor was in here, and now he popped from his Invis. There's the Ravage. It's on 4, and now there's the Static Storm within the cogs, and it's doing damage. But he's trying to run out of it, and he's actually gonna live. The Fisser stunning 3, preventing damage. Is there gonna be a Phantom Strike? No. There's gonna be a Stifling Dagger in 1 second, and a Phantom Strike to come after that. There's the swap, and there's the stun, and there's the follow-up stun from the missile, and that's all that's needed to kill that Earthshaker. They have just too much comboing stun potential. That's what I knew, that coming into this game that Dire just has just really good ability to pick off one people, and they have a really good chase. If someone's trying to run away, they have stuns, they have glimpses, they have everything they need. They can fight into those glimpses, and the Radiant is going to have trouble fighting and once again and chasing after those people that get glimpsed unless they have like cooldowns up and really good counter initiations coming out from Clockwork.
Dire's doing a great job, by the way. They've used their Ravage, they took the tower, everyone immediately splits up and starts farming. Tide's doing his Ancients, Venge is in the top lane trying to get levels, there's people jungling, like everything's going perfect for the Dire team right now, even after having a really bad start.
Totally true. 8-6, and Dire looking really fresh. Funky fresh, but once again, that Juggernaut has his Aghanims. We talked about the Aghanims, and the Aghanim dream is real. Rank 2 Omni Slash. He's level 11, 16 minutes in with an Aghanims. Scary. It's real scary. It's as if he has a rank 3 ultimate without Aghanims right now. That is literally the equivalent. Absolutely insane in the membrane. And we'll see how much
in the brain.
The main thing is that it doesn't just get used on one person, because it would have already killed one person. This is like one of the kind of the problems about Juggernaut is you can like say he's really strong and like on paper he does a ton of damage with his ult, but the question is, are you able to chain it to multiple people in a team fight? Because if it doesn't, then really all that farm, truthfully, especially with an Aghanims, isn't going anywhere. Has to hit 2.
Kind of.
Or a really tanky
definitely
person.
don't. Yeah, you definitely don't want to hit everybody with it, but
No, I
you
mean,
do
that's
want to
true,
hit
too.
around 2 people. Yeah.
Honestly,
And
at this point in the game, though, hitting everyone would also be kind of okay, because they have like a bunch of AoE damage, Aethersock, Fissure, and like the Plasma Field, Eye of the Storm. So like, as long as it's not on one person, I'd say it's at least that getting on one person is probably like the worst case scenario, because yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion.
Maybe. The cooldown's really short. I definitely think it's worth using on one person
Oh, like
just
if it's
to
a
get a
gank,
kill.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, like in a team
Yeah.
fight, if they like split and only
Okay.
one person gets hit by the Agnum Scepter,
It
then,
it would definitely be the least favorable of all the options,
yeah,
but it's still not a bad
necessarily
option.
bad. Yeah, okay, that's the best
Yeah.
way of saying it. Faux show.
Yes.
Razor's here defending the tower, saying, "Team, what do you? Oh, you're pushing bot tower. Okay, that sounds fine. It is a tier 2 for a tier 1 if the Radiant is able to push the tier 2, but they're actually defending their tier 1 over pushing the tier 2. Maybe might not be good, but they're looking to fight because, well, actually no, Dire has all their cooldowns up. I thought they used a little bit more, but that must have just come up on the Ravage, and Dire's looking really strong.
I was definitely about to say, like, Ravage is up, that Juggernaut should stay back and push with Healing Ward. It's probably a better use of his time.
Yeah, I mean, if it's 4v5 and like they like get this tower down and he gets a tower, yeah, that's like a pretty good option. Is there going to be a swap? There's the Stifling Dagger slow. Healing Ward gets popped, but it's only level 1 right now. And now the Omni Slash is going to be slashing. It hits 1, it hits 2, now completely down. Almost the Viper's almost down, but there's the Ravage. Static Storm follow-up, and now the Dire is getting really hurt right now. Now the PA is actually trying to run away. There's the Echo Slam. It does damage enough to kill 2 people, Tidehunter and PA. Now, Disruptor's on the run, but that's all of the cooldowns used for the Dire, and unfortunately, I think the Static Storm wasn't on enough people. I think it was only on one real, actual person to, as far as damage goes. And
It was on both Juggernaut and Clockwork, but Juggernaut has Zeg in him, seems pretty tanky, and Clockwork's a strength hero with a drum. He's also pretty tanky,
Yeah.
and they focused a lot of their effort on him, and they still didn't kill the Juggernaut. I think that was the biggest problem, was they were like, focus the Juggernaut.
And I believe that he got off Blade Fury before the Static Storm, because I remember hearing the Juggernaut spin. Because he Omni Slash and then
definitely
spun, yeah.
He spun after the Static Storm.
Oh, after it was already over.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, level 1 Static Storm not doing that much, yeah, and he's definitely tanky, so wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I definitely did not expect that fight to go that way.
I mean, I'd say that a 2-man Static Storm is like pretty good. It's interesting that it didn't go as well for the Dire team, but interesting. I guess like I said, the Agnums did actually slash a bunch of people. It killed the first target, which I believe was the Venge, because she swapped in, I think, yeah. And then it killed almost like got the Viper down to about 10% HP. That was like their initiation. It was so good. Even though the Dire initiated on the Radiant, pretty much. The Omni Slash came at the same time, so it was about initiation about the same time. But the Cogs came in with the hookshot trap too, and it was 2 people in that Cogs and Omni Slash.
Yes.
Yes. So wow, pretty even game. Like we saw the Dire completely wipe the floor with the Radiant just a bit ago, but then Radiant actually defended their tier 1 pretty convincingly. And now the Dire, despite the fact that the Ravage is down, everything is up, and they're looking to smoke. The illusion from the Shadow Shaman is actually trying to scout. Are they going to actually... Wow! They go on the Shadow Shaman, and that reveals them completely. The pings are coming out from the Radiant team, and the jig is up. That's unfortunate. Oh, there's the blinking from Juggernaut. He shows his blink. That's really cool because he's got that Agnum, so I think that's a really good item. Now the Omni Slash is out. Is there going to be a follow-up? Static Storm might come out, but actually, now there's 2 in the area. And their Cogs in completely. Ravage actually up now. It hits only 2 because Juggernaut was spinning. Now the Viper is really low health, but now he's getting focused. 3 Radiant, the Glimpse, interrupting the shackle, and now Juggernaut's in trouble. The Healing Ward goes up. It's rank 3 now. The Viper goes down on the backlines. Eye of the Storm ripping into people. He's got tons of damage. He's ready to right click. Now he's running away. He doesn't think he can man up anymore, and that's a double kill going the way of Razor, and 2 for 3 going the way of the Radiant. Wow.
Dang, I'm sad I missed that fight. I just got back.
Did you have some technical difficulties?
If by technical difficulties you mean I kicked my my landline, then yes.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's on the list of things not to do as a caster. You should really read up on your tips and tricks, man.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a booklet I had to read.
Yeah, basically, let me think about what basically happened. There wasn't the best initiation coming out from the Dire team. There was like, onto Juggernaut. Once again, it was the Juggernaut and the Clockwork that initiated with Cogs and Omni Slash. So there was a lot of damage going the way of the Dire before the fight really even began. Then Juggernaut got his spin-off before Ravage actually hit. So the Ravage was only on 2. Then the rest of the team of Radiant was able to come in, get a pretty good long shackle off and good fissers, and then just basically do tons of damage. The Razor cleaned up after the fact because he stole tons of damage after the Cogs.
I saw Jug just barely living and Razor finishing off a bunch of people.
Yeah. And now Juggernaut's... Okay, he doesn't have his ult up. He must have used it just recently, actually. Okay, gotcha. So I missed it, but yeah, he did a ton of damage to the Phantom Assassin, but wasn't able to kill her. Maybe it's the mischance coming out. But now, Juggernaut, he's by himself. There's actually a Clockwork on another part of the map. He actually hits the creeps, but now we're going back up to the Phantom Assassin, who's going down to the Blade Fury. He's actually not able to do anything because the Disruptor's like, I can't do anything. He has magic immunity up, but now he doesn't have it up, and there's going to be a glimpse. Now, glimpse back into the Dire team, but there's Shadow Shaman. Is he going to be able to do anything? The Dire is grouped up here. Now there's tons of damage going on Juggernaut. The healing ward's up, but the ward was already killed. Juggernaut fighting. He doesn't have any lifesteal, but now this Dire Storm plus the Thunder Strike's actually going to clean up that kill. But now there's the Echo Slam coming out from Earthshaker. He's by himself, though. He can't take 4 Dire, but the Disruptor goes down before the Earthshaker. Now, shackle onto the Tidehunter, who doesn't have Ravage. Ravage up in 4, 3, 2, 1. He's probably going to be killed pretty soon. Is he going to Ravage? Yes, he's dead, and the Vengeful Spirit goes down as well. That's 4 for 2 going the way of the Radiant. Radiant team coming out ahead once again.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I definitely think the Radiant have a better looking team than the Dire. And sure enough, I just want to point out to everybody, I was correct.
What, that the Radiant's doing well now?
Yep.
Ooh, DD on the... There was a DD on that for that fight. That's cheating. You can't count that fight. There's no cheating in Dota. PA is actually using a Stifling Dagger. And there's the Viperino trying to poison Strikerino. TP coming out from bench. There's the Cogs, but is there going to be a swap? Is it level 2? No, it is not. The range isn't there, and there will be no initiation for the Dire, but they are grouped up. They're ready to go. Are they going to try to push this tower? Ravage is up. They're looking to get some map control after that fight. They know that they've lost the last 2 couple of fights, and they're saying, hey, let's try to initiate on the Radiant. They've initiated on us too many times. If we can actually get that Juggernaut outside of his Blade Fury, outside of his Omni Slash, maybe we can burst him down or at least make it so that our initiation's better. And we'll see if that's how it goes. I painted the picture. Let's see if the canvas comes out.
I think they need to try to avoid fighting for a little while. That PA desperately needs a BKB. She's gotten locked down like 2 times from the Shadow Shaman that I've seen, and it just seems like she won't be able to fight without the BKB. I do like the option of smoke, just considering try to pick somebody off. It's always good, but
do you think this is the best way to initiate like this when their ultimates are up?
They're all together. Juggernaut's not there, so maybe this will be fine.
This will
but
be really good. Is there a blink on Tidehunter? There still isn't, but it gets revealed now. Earthshaker is able to blink away instantly. The pings coming out from the Radiant team. There's the swap on the Clockwork. Is this the best target? He actually gets burst down, almost dead before the Cogs come out, but they do come out. Is Viper going to be able to get the strikes on him? But the mech comes out. Now PA's actually by herself. She's getting damaged. The Fister was blocking her from her team. Juggernaut on the backlines. After the PA dies, now there's the Ravage. Only on 1. There's the Omni Slash coming out, doing so much damage, slashing and slashing. Static Storm really on no one. There's no kinetic field to follow up on that. No one's trapped in, and that is a kill. 4 for 0 going the way of the Radiant. I was gonna say 0, but I felt like nil was a better word for that. And wow, there's still more follow-up. Blink Dagger from Earthshaker, but the magic missile stops him. And where's the Fister? The Fister comes out and it hits. Juggernaut is not gonna. He actually blinks. He's got the Blade Fury, and here it comes. Phase boots are up. There's the Jukes coming out from the Vengeful Spirit. Is she actually going to be a spirit? Is she going to be dead? We'll see. Juggernaut getting stunned by the magic missile, and that's going to be the freedom for the Vengeful Spirit.
Well played
wow.
by bench there, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like total jukes. That's not an easy decision to make, to go backwards like that. But wow, just wow. Radiant. I did not think, honestly, that the Dire would be hurting this bad in terms of 5v5 engagements, but the smoke wasn't working out for them. It got revealed in a weird way, and Earthshaker was able to blink away as well. weren't able to get the target. So that definitely was like one of the worst initiations they could have thought of. Now it's Radiant that's going to be a slow smoke, but there's the hook shot coming out from Clockwork, and now PA's trying to Phantom Strike her way. Is there going to be enough blur? But now she's trapped in cogs. It doesn't matter. There's no help for the Phantom Assassin. She's the one that gets assassinated by a group of 5 ninjas.
Yeah, I don't think she can farm a BKB at this point.
No. The Radiant's just steamrolling. They got so much map control.
Yeah.
And just a casual tower going the way of Shadow Shaman. Radiant just knows they can just fight, and the Shadow Shaman can do that whole tower pushing shenanigans. Juggernaut has his Omni Slash. Is he going to blink? He says the deadest Disruptor I've ever seen. Rip in peace, Disruptor. I'm sorry. I'm a fellow Disruptor player, and I feel bad for you. But look how good Blink Dagger is, man. Like... my question is, how hard is it to blink mid Omni Slash? Is it actually any skill related, or can you just blink at any time and you'll always be successful?
It's really easy to do.
Okay, like I think if that's the case, man, I'm really down for that. And now, but there's the Clockwork hook shot. I'm actually gonna stop talking because this Venge is the deadest Venge I have ever seen. Wake caught out, trying to get a ward up or something, not entirely sure. But at this point of the game, when you're the Dire, you kind of start playing a little bit worse because you're just like, man, it's so hard, and I want to fight. I want to get out there and actually see the map and not be huddled up in my base. And that's exactly the story of the Vengeful Spirit.
The Dire team's definitely on tilt at this point.
Oh yeah, this is so tough. Like it's been rank 3 Omni Slash with Ags for the longest time. He has a Blink Dagger. Like there's no during a team fight, this is going to be a full duration Omni Slash at any point in the game. Okay, let's say he accidentally gets on creeps because creeps spawn. He's like, oh shit, I'm hitting creeps now. Well, he can Blink Dagger out of that. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even care. He's got so many slashes to his name. What's couple slashes on some creeps? It's so strong. But you've definitely been experimenting with the attack speed Juggernaut recently, and that is something that we should mention. Yeah, the attack speed on Juggernaut. Now you would say, there's no real attack speed element when it comes to Blade Fury, but Omni Slash is really where it gets banked. I mean, it's always good just for right clicks in general, increase your damage, but Omni Slash includes right clicks during the actual Omni Slash procs. So attack speed makes you attack way more during Omni Slash. It's basically like free right clicks that's just happening during the duration.
It's insanely good. It definitely doubles the potency of Omni Slash to stack attack speed. Not to mention the most recent buff to Juggernaut was giving him the fastest attack speed within the game. Base attack speed within the game.
That's true. So some good builds is like Mask of Madness into Agnims or then Maelstrom, that kind of thing. And he blinks in. Speaking of Juggernaut, he's an actual Juggernaut Berserker right now. He's going straight in. Omni Slash is going to follow up. He's slapping. Oh my god, PA is dead. The Ravage is almost not even out yet, but the Tidehunter's just running away, and there's a combo Static Storm coming out, trying to do what it can to the Radiant team, but they just don't care. It's like a rank 1 Static Storm. Doesn't even do that much damage, and he didn't pair it with Connect Field once again, so no trapping in, and he didn't get that much target, so the Ravage didn't set it up. Now Juggernaut, he's going on the Vengeful. No, that was actually the Disruptor kill that came out there, and that's just a Rax. It's totally the end. It's looking dire here for the Dire, to put it one way.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, this is 29-12. GG. That's an appropriate GG.
Yeah, GG.
GG. Coming out from the Dire team. Well played, Radiant. Now beatboxing right as the Ancient is getting killed. Is it appropriate? I'm not sure. That was the first time I've tried out beatboxing as the Ancient explodes. I kind of liked it, but there's better things to talk about. Why don't you wrap this up, Rankshis, and explain kind of the wrap up of this match?
I like the Dire's original idea of getting a mech and fighting with Tidehunter ult and Disruptor ult, but after it went poorly after their second or third fight, they needed to back off because it was still relatively close, and Phantom Assassin needed a BKB if she's gonna fight into this, but every fight she got locked down by that Shadow Shaman and that Earthshaker, and that was the biggest mistake that could have been made, I think. But hindsight is 20/20.
Would you say that a Blink Dagger, concentrated farm on Tidehunter to get that Blink Dagger even when they were losing, would help blink in on Juggernaut, ult amongst kill one Phantom Assassin, I think that'd be a better initiation. A Blink Daggers probably would have had a big impact on this game, in my opinion.
Well, kind of. I thought the Tidehunter and the Disruptor actually had some pretty good initiations, obfuscate initiations, but definitely, like, not bad. They caught people out. They would most of the time, that Tidehunter hit 3 to 4 people, and that Disruptor got 2 people minimum. I never saw him solo ulti anybody, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying that they did bad as players. I think that the item would have enabled definitely them to play better. So not well played on both teams for sure. This was a really nice match to watch. It was technically very well executed, and I'm really impressed.
For sure.
Very fun. Thanks, guys, for playing. When the teammates are watching this VOD, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. But yeah, of course, you're not playing for me. And viewers, thank you for watching. There is going to be another stream right after this as soon as a lobby comes up, so stay tuned. And the stream's going to stay on because I'm just going to close this as if I'm actually closing the stream, even though there's going to be a match in just a little bit. I really need to be able to copy pasta my advertisements. Do. Not another lobby. That makes 0 sense. Oh, I know. Like Dota is life, and life is Dota. Nice, dude. Oh yeah, music. I think I have something here. I don't know how good this song is. I'm just testing it out. Tyler Rain, making it rain. Sorry, I said that on the stream.
Yeah, now everyone knows who I am.
My name's Cody Douglas. Now we're even.
Yeah, Douglas, the most common name ever heard of. Other than Smith and Anderson.
Oh, come on. Like, dude, there are not many people that have last name as Douglas. Oh, yeah, let me catch up in chat and, like, respond to my viewers. Hacks. Let's go, Brady.
Lobby up.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, there's a password on it.
Oh, yeah. I don't actually know why a lot of these appear with passwords. They're probably just like other people not doing in-house. But yeah, there's another one. Woo! Oh, we got the first broadcaster channel this time. Get wrecked.
Get wrecked, other people.
Yeah. You are not as good. Shots fired.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Gennaro. Canadian.
Gennaro.
No, I'm just kidding. Props. There's just caster love here.
We have Spaghetti Monster and Casey in our... Do you want to switch, Cody?
Oh. Yeah.
You gotta do it now.
Do it now, yeah. Okay, let's go. Look at that shuffling.
So much shuffle.
Such shuffle, wow.
Many shuffle.
Someone's like, let's co-cast. We sick dodged those other weird people.
In your face.
We're not gonna quad cast, so no, no harm, no foul, guys. Like no shots fired. I'm just not gonna quad cast. That's too many people.
No, many shots fired. Oh, somebody's name is Platypus. I'm instantly friends with this person.
Ooh. He's even got a picture. He's got a potato for a computer.
Don't let me down, Platypus.
His computer is a platypus. That platypus is running.
How dare you?
Testing. People in game can't hear us, right? Okay, good. Because none of that.
Oh yeah, Platypus connected.
Ooh,
thank the
we
good
got
Lord.
ourselves a game, gentlemen and gentlewomen. gentlewomen.
Who even knows?
Ladies and gentlemen. I like how like the other part of gentleman, the counterpart is ladies. It's kind of interesting. Because I'm pretty sure like gentleman means a classy, like, you know, classy guy. But ladies doesn't necessarily imply anything about how she acts. The demeaning age of yore used to have ladies.
What are you even talking about anymore?
Some of my viewers are gonna know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying.
I feel like we could look up like the definition of ladies on the internet, and it would be more directed at classy than non-classy.
No, I do not think that's true at all. This is a semantics battle, ladies and gentlemen.
What is the classy version of a girl?
A madam.
10
maybe?
seconds remaining.
No, that's like old school. That's not classy.
Ladies and gentlemen is an old phrase that was created once again in the demeaning ages of yore, as I said.
Reserve time.
So,
but ladies and gentlemen, that's the phrase, and you just said that gentleman is the classy version of
like
men in this
yeah,
scenario.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So
gentlemen.
obviously, are you saying that saying is like directed at like putting down women and saying that
That's
men
what
are
I'm
classy
saying. It
all
was
at the same
created
time?
when, you know, like women were just lower status, and like that's what I'm saying. It's a phrase. It's not, you know, it has that demeaning connotation. Like ladies, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's insulting now. Like people can't use it. I'm just saying that ladies, truthfully, isn't a word. Like it's not equal. It's not like guys and ladies. That would be equal, in my opinion. Guys and girls.
I've never heard the phrase guys and ladies. I've heard guys and girls.
I'm using that from now on. That's my YOLO, everybody. This is
all right.
Purge.
So what is the? I'll ask this question again. What is the classy version of ladies?
All right, let's think here. I can see. I already said madame, but like, I mean. Okay.
Yeah, not correct.
Damsels.
10 seconds remaining.
Damsels are specifically like girls who may or may not be in trouble.
No, you wouldn't say damsels in distress if it implied that they were in distress. Tyler, Rankshis.
But like damsels are specifically in distress. That's why the saying
All right, to be
exists.
continued. This is Reddit Dota 2 League
This is
being
ridiculous.
cast by your host, Nex at Next Level Dota, with your other host, Rankshis. Sorry to be...
Are the anxious Rankshis. I decided to use it,
Boom.
even though it's not
Just
TI5.
dropped it, guys.
But
Wow.
yeah, Art of the Anxious Rankshis.
Art of the Anxious
Boy,
Rankshis.
like this is a combination of like pro drafting mixed in with what we just saw, and what we just saw would be the Dire team and then the Radiant team like mimicking what they see from programs. Not that obviously I'm not saying that they're not pros.
Right.
Wink. But Doom definitely like Doom is like top tier hero material, and this may be the first time we've even seen a Doom.
It's been
I
a
would
while,
say.
for sure. What's with the
Yeah,
bounty hunter
maybe-
ban? Respect ban of some kind.
Yeah, bounty hunter, obviously a threat.
Yeah, Doom usually doesn't make it through, and yeah, being picked up first.
Radiant
Yeah, first definitely worth it. He deserves that kind of respect as a hero, I think.
And Dire
But,
not completely locking themselves in out of options. They did pick one support and one off lane, or maybe two. It's probably, yeah, an off lane, of course, most likely. And
Do you know what I see right here, like strategy for
What do you
team wise, is like dark bluish green color team versus like light reddish yellow team is obviously the strategies being taken right now. So if I had to guess, I would guess that. Yeah, I know, right? I'm way ahead of everybody here. They banned out Void though. That's a big problem. And Mirana, geez guys, and Razor, you're making this really hard on yourself. Like, if Tide's gonna be your offlaner, you can't get a Darkseer really. See, Skywrath, he's got yellow and orange on him. Still right in this scenario. Yep.
God, they're
Just put your
really banning out the other colors. That's crazy.
Witch
Wow.
Doctor.
Witch
there,
Doctor.
There you go. See, guys, I know what I'm talking about here.
It's hard to
Obviously,
predict drafts,
I know.
guys, and he just did it. You just saw it right in your face.
Yeah.
No,
So
but what I was originally
get
thinking
on my level
was that this was a level 1 Rosh coming out from Dire. Doesn't Anchor Smash affect Rosh?
Dire team ban.
I am actually
don't know.
not
But
sure.
the right click coming out from Luna and Vengeful Spirit is definitely good.
Yeah, no, I could see why you would think that.
But yeah, so we'll see with the last pick. Oh, Invoker getting banned out, actually for the other team, though. He's sort of purple, but he has some golden, and he was a conflict of interest. They just wanted to ban out to make sure that the color wasn't, that it wasn't a possible color, like, synergy.
So
doing their best.
On a serious...
Okay, serious.
Oh, God dang it. Come on, Radiant Team. Way to ruin it for me. I guess his X is red as long as he doesn't have the item that makes it blue.
Yeah,
but anyways... Yeah, I'm actually not sure what I'm about to see here. Maybe this might be a safe lane Kunkka and a mid Ember Spirit. We'll see as time goes on, but their lanes, at least to me, are kind of up in the air. I kind of expect to see Doom in the off lane, Ember mid, and Kunkka bottom. Maybe it's a bottom Ember, but
Farming Skywrath, support Kunkka, and Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Centaur making it through. Will it be a Centaur? I'm calling it.
They have a Tide as an offlaner, and they're not going to send a Centaur mid, I wouldn't imagine. They're definitely looking at a mid hero here.
I think a Centaur would do pretty good against Kunkka. He'd do okay.
Yeah, actually, a Centaur would do good against an Ember and a Kunkka, because a Centaur can burn off that fire shield really quick. Flame guard, if we want to get technical.
There you go. Wow, they're taking a while on this. They're definitely thinking about it.
Yeah.
But going actually, so they do need a mid, as you were saying, unless they do like a mid Luna and then safe lane something, or maybe an aggro try.
Luna wouldn't be the worst choice, considering they're definitely sending a melee hero middle, so Luna wouldn't have an awful time. But I don't think they should send Luna middle and
All right, pretty close to a Centaur.
Ardar.
The enhanced right click damage. They're going to be able to do Rosh really well in the mid game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I'm actually going to start something right now. Who won the draft? If you had to be a betting man, predictions for instant victory. I say that I like... I like Dire's picks. I think Dire's going to win.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Are they really gonna... Are they just warding, or are they gonna Rosh?
I called it. Level 1 Rosh, guys. They're pinging it out.
3 salves on Slardar, for sure. Wow.
This is it. Woo! Roshan! Roshan! Roshan!
They definitely are not... They're not ready for this. Nobody's heading out there. Nobody's thinking about it.
Roshan's like, what the fuck? I was sleeping, guys. Jesus, the fight hasn't even started yet. Guys, wow, he's melting, by the way.
Yeah, that's why he has 3 of those salves.
And I guess it's... I don't think the Anchor Smash. I remember thinking that to myself. I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect him, but Kraken Shell being got, he's tanking it up pretty well. You pick like a try-hard.
They can definitely
he's
do
talking.
it.
He's even doing all chat. Good luck, have fun.
Wow.
This is a level 1 Rosh, successfully done by the Dire team, Team YEG. I don't remember getting what it stands for. The icon says Yeg Boys, and it shows a turkey on the icon, but that's a turkey for the Dire team. Woo! Damn.
Wow. I'm amazingly surprised that they were able to pull that off.
Yeah, I called it like right away, first 3 picks, and I definitely think the Radiant could have like made that like they could have predicted that. That's a pretty
you definitely called that. I will give you props for that.
Nice.
But
get points.
I did not expect that.
Right.
Very, very well done from the Dire team, because this is not a super obvious like Rosh team. Like 2 of the heroes are pretty good at Rosh, but
yeah, I agree with that. It's not the most obvious thing. They could have picked those heroes, like the Rosh heroes, even later, and it would have been even more, like, I don't know, I guess just scandalous, more hideous. And Slardar is just like Centaur, is going to be able to do pretty good against the Flame Guard. Well, actually, no, he does all physical damage, so he's going to completely ignore the Flame Guard. Is it better to like have moves that burn it, or is it better to have something that completely ignores it? What do you think?
I think that because it's definitely easier to kill an Ember Spirit if you just focus purely on the melee aspect of it. I think it's a really good pickup As somebody who's played a fair bit of Ember Spirit, I've had a Slardar like just dominate me a couple times. Wow.
The stout
first
shield,
at bash.
the poor man's shield, yeah, it was actually the bash damage. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Lucky Bash's Ember Spirit getting completely laned out. He doesn't have his sprint yet, so he can't necessarily dive, but pretty soon. The Tidehunter's getting pinged out in the off lane. Skyrath's maybe going to try to do something. He's actually just getting some levels right now, which is good because having Arcane Bolt and the Concussive Shot is definitely needed. And I agree with this Concussive Shot level 1 pick like we saw in another game. You want that slow first. That's what's really going to get you that level 1 kill. So if you're going to skill anything, skill the Concussive Shot. And now they've stacked and brought the lane back for sure. So now the Tidehunter is going to have to like kind of move out of his lane. He's not stacking the Ancients. It's 53 right now. And so instead he's just trying to actually get as much XP as possible. I don't agree with that. You know, like stack Ancients if you can. If they're pulling the wave like this, it's best to stack Ancients. But looking at the opposite tri-lane, the defensive tri-lane for the Dire team, Doom is standing here absorbing some of these XP. He pulled the creep wave, and now he's getting got on. There's the wave of terror, armor reduction, plus the magic missile. The stun wasn't that for that long, and there's no bad
First
bunch
blood
of casts.
bottom.
And first blood goes the way of bottom. The lane was pulled so far that Tidehunter was trying to absorb XP, but he's way too far out against the like double CC combo coming out from the supports on the Radiant side.
Yeah, it was the Concussive Shot into Torrent, and it too much for the poor Tidehunter to deal with.
Yep. So both offlaners getting attacked at the same time. It's kind of a coincidence, but the Doom was able to do what he can. He was closer to his tower, and he has Scorched Earth. So yeah, definitely better in that regard. And this Tidehunter didn't have Stout Shield, but I think he had level 2 Kraken Shell as they went on him, so it has nothing to do with his defensive capabilities. Just going too far out. He had a little far way to run. He was somewhere around here, I'm guessing, and then he like ran all the way back. And now a smoke coming out from the supports on the Radiant team. They definitely have the levels. They're level 3 on the Shadow Shaman, so he has all 3 of his moves now. A strong nuke, a 1.25 second Hex, and a 2.75 second Shackle. Oh my god, at level 1. Now the stun's going on the Ember Spirit. He's trying to make it seem like he's going to go on him and just curl back, but now the Ember Spirit actually zoned out because of that. And the Radiants are completely wrapped. Once again, they dove the tower. Now they're on him. But the stun, the Shadow Shaman's getting right click so hard. Did he bash? I don't even know. But it was so much damage. Now there's amplified damage. He just got to skill that, I believe. But now there's not going to be any right clicks on the Skywrath Mage. But really,
I definitely don't think they should have ganked the Slardar. The Slardar has an Aegis. Even if it went well, they burn an Aegis, and then he can probably get away. They have to expend so much mana to do that. Ooh, bummer on that miss.
That was close.
I'm curious to see how this Slardar skill builds. Not many people agree with me that Sprint should be maxed out over Bash, but we'll see how he goes about it.
A DD rune on this Slardar. It's got to be the scariest thing I've ever seen. Will he surprise? If he gets a stun on this Ember Spirit before he's 6, that's going to be the deadest Ember Spirit I've ever seen. There it is. DD popped.
Oh,
he hasn't actually popped it right now. He actually saved it. That's
wow.
Interesting. That would have been a lot of
his Aegis only has like 2 minutes left on it. He should definitely try
at least
to
get
dive.
some HP out of Ember Spirit, maybe bait out something. But
definitely.
Tidehunter gets a kill, a very surprising kill in his own offlane. Got a kill on the Skywrath Mage. I think the Skywrath Mage might have dived him. But now there's the pings on the top lane.
Look how good Anchor Smash turns out to be.
Yeah. All right, but now Doom's getting got on top. Here's the stun, but he actually pops Scorched Earth. He's ready to man up. Luna's coming. Where's there going to be the Lucent Beam? It is. Doom is way too far out. He actually doesn't have nearly as much damage as he thought he did. That's for sure. Now the Lucent Beam's going to come right now. Boom. There's a kill going the way of the Luna.
Yeah, Doom had time to get back. He knew Luna was coming. He way overcommitted. He probably knew that he wasn't going to kill that Witch Doctor. I'm not sure why he committed so hard. Wow, you're dead, dude, in all caps.
Level 4 Slithering Crush on the Slardar. Now that scaling is just damage and stun duration. Okay, yeah, 2.5 seconds. Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This Slardar is pretty good. Let's see, when was the Rosh going to expire? In 1 minute from now? Is that about right? No, a little bit earlier.
Like 45 seconds. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, but this is definitely a version of the Tidehunter that's getting Anchor Smash, and he's able to man up just a little bit, and he's just not getting contested nearly as much now. He has Ravage, and although the Ancients are stacked, if he gets some mana, he will be able to make something happen in other lanes. So if he's not going to be farming as well, I think that he should get active on the map. Where should he go?
Oh, here goes Slardar. Mid, sprinting. Yep, here
he's
he
under
is,
tower
right
and
here.
he gets
One
the
more
stun
hit.
off, 2.5
Boom.
seconds, and he didn't even need the DD. It was already expired. Just complete right clicks and amplify damage, doing exactly its namesake, amplifying so much damage. And Ember Spirit is already squishy enough and has already low enough armor, like super low armor.
I'm glad he decided to do it before the Aegis expired. He could have done it earlier, but he finally did.
Yeah, he got the like, I don't know, just got his levels. Yeah, this level 4 stun is really what he was probably banking on. And
Slardar, my man, getting
Mage
more
actually
levels
going
of
down right
sprint
before
over bash.
Tidehunter goes down here in the bot lane. I missed that one. I just didn't think that this Tidehunter is going to man up, but he's totally manning up here in the bot lane. He actually expended Ravage for that. So sort of a good trade for him-ish, kind of. I mean, Shadow Shaman was the one that got the last hit. It wasn't the Kunkka who's the farming hero, but it's like, I mean, it's good for Shadow Shaman to get some farm too, so I think it was, it's an okay trade. Nothing really to say about that.
Something funny just happened. I was gonna say he expended Ravage, but you also said he expended Ravage.
Oh, really? At the same time?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh man, he was willing to expend Ravage.
It's almost like we're friends and that we played Dota with each other for like tons of hours.
Yeah, who knew?
Slardar.
Slardar bottom with
Yeah,
Invis.
let's not do that. Let's not repeat each other again. Slardar definitely has an invis. He's looking for his target. Not able to find anyone, and these supports are super like behind the tower right now. They do the Radiant has a ward there. They spotted the invis, and so they're just like, no, we know how snowballed that Slardar is right now. But he's wrapping on this Ember Spirit. There's going to be a dual stun. This is so bad for the Ember Spirit. There's the magic missile, and that's all they needed for the kill. The right clicks. Was the stacks too much though? Are they actually going to be able to get? No, the sprint was too much. If well, there was a little bit of stacking there on the stuns, but it was good.
Still worked out.
Still worked out. Now they're trying to ping out the Tidehunter. They're definitely going to make something happen if they're able to get off these right clicks and these not the right clicks,
Luna using ult top.
Yep. There's the
diving.
Luna diving. Now Doom is completely under his tower. The right clicks from the tower are just slamming on Luna right now. And now there's the TP from Ember Spirit. He's going to be able to throw his remnants. Is he going to teleport to them? Of course he is. Now there's the cancellation of the salve, and that's all of she wrote in terms of kills. But on the flip side, the Witch Doctor goes down, and a kill goes the way of Doom. So that's 2 going the way of the Radiant.
That was questionable. Luna's farming immensely well. She has no need to dive that tower. Like, Doom's 10-0 right now to the 42-20 Luna. Like, she didn't need to dive.
I think that's fine that she dove, but she needed the Venge rather than the Witch Doctor for sure. So you're right in the fact that since Witch Doctor was there, now you can't go on it. But now talking about bottom lane, even more actions happening. Slardar has his sprint up. The concussive shot was slowing him. X marks the spot. It's rank 2. The Torrent actually misses the combo. Was preemptively canceled, but now he's going on. The shackle from the Shadow Shaman's on him. Here comes the stun. Is it going to be enough right clicks? 1, 2, and he bashes to his name. Is he going to get the kill? Yes, he is. Is he going to get out now? He has sprint up in 5 seconds. He's so tanky. It's unbelievable. The bottle charge is even healing him up more. But there's the Tidebringer splash. Hurt him down just a little bit. Slardar is putting the amplify damage just to get true sight. And that's going to be it unless Venge can try to make something happen. But that's 1 kill going the way of the Dire. And Slardar literally manned up against 3 heroes through CCs. A missed boat was really what hurt him, the Radiant there. That would have definitely been a kill on the Slardar if they had gotten that combo off.
Yeah, I think that was like Sprint actually showing like how good of an ability is, because he was able to get out of it because Torrent was kind of wonky in its placement. And wow, Slardar goes a Vanguard build.
Even tankier.
Most of the time you see Slardars go for Blink Daggers and try to be like the initiator for their team, but maybe he's just like, Tide's getting a Blink Dagger, I'm gonna tank up, I'm gonna be that.
Casket,
yeah. They have good amounts of initiation, so
with that.
Yeah, it's not a terrible idea. He got it before 10 minutes. Vanguard's good if you get it early.
Bottom lane from the Skywrath. If they get vision, here comes shot, but it's a long TP now. Ember Spirit remnants in. There's the X. It's taking him back a little bit, but there's the boat. The stun. It's gonna land on him. There's his flame guard is still up despite all that, despite the boat. Now Ravage is expended, and Tidehunter's really low. They're kind of going on him, but he's on the front line. There's the wand charge, I believe. Now Ember is still going. He still has the flame guard up. It's about about to end. The damage, too good from the Radiance, but now the Slaughter cutting right through him. The Witch Doctor goes down, but so does the Ember Spirit right after the Kunkka actually goes down earlier in that battle. And Shadow Shaman, super low. And wow, look how fast the Haste Rune on the Slardar. He's charging forward. If he had gotten vision, I definitely think he would have dived that, but I don't think he saw him. And no Blink Dagger, of course. Blink Dagger, speaking of, gets on Tidehunter, because he did not die, and he got a couple kills, and that's really bad. Radiant is certainly on the back foot now. This is so much space.
Slardar going on Doom middle. Yeah. Doom is not looking good right now.
Oh, he turns to actually get the Doom on him. That's going to make him so he can't bash, but he still has that speed. It doesn't purge the sprint, and he's going so far. One more right click, he thought he could do it. He didn't want to go too far. Of course, he would have died for certain if that had happened. Maybe he's looking to deny himself the Ancients. No, he's actually looking to man up. He doesn't have bottle charges. He doesn't have sprint. There's the silence, and the healing. Voodoo Restoration comes out from Witch Doctor. Is certainly not going to anything happen. Wow, so tanky. That Vanguard showing its true potential right there.
Indeed, that was two really close calls in a row. I thought for sure that that Doom was dead, but Scorched Earth regen, real good ability.
Definitely. So just between you and me, as far as casting goes, I did want to actually ask you this offline, but let's just ask you now. Actually, I'm not going to ask you because Fire, the Ember Spirit, he's using the Fire Remnants to go on Witch Doctor, and this is just so dead, Solo killing potential of Ember Spirit coming out in full force, showing us the killing potential. Mid, is there something that's gonna happen? So close, the wards might go up. No, wow, he's not even level 6. He's super close now, but he came way too close to the tower. There's the swap under tower, and but the Venge gets silenced before she get the magic missile. And now Luna with her run speed trying to pop the Eclipse, but there's the high ground, and there's definitely gonna be no Lucent Beams to her name. Unfortunately.
That's happened both times I've seen her use Eclipse, by the way. She's just been out of range for it.
Oof. Yeah, that's the main problem. Such a long casting at point on that spell. But I was gonna ask you, if you catch a battle happening while I'm talking, there's two things that can happen. You can call out the lane and then I can start play-by-playing it, or and this is like almost the best one, if you are okay with it, you can just start casting it and I'll definitely just recognize that you're casting that fight. What do you think?
We could do that. That sounds fair.
The second one?
The second option.
Cool. I'm down for that. Sweet.
Yeah.
Fire Remnants.
We do have to figure out our
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
synergy.
We do
at some point.
Definitely have to figure that out. Now Ember Spirit's on the chase. He doesn't have any remnants left right now, or actually has one, but he doesn't want to use the mana. He's definitely low on mana. He throws an escape remnant just to make sure he can get out, and now he's gonna use, but right into the Slardar. Are you kidding me? Slardar was ready for that. What a
poor
beast
guy, man.
This Slardar has been. I mean, he noticed that. That's really good on him. Good on you, bro. But the wards from the Radiant, able to get some collateral damage despite the Ember's death. Getting the T1 mid tower down, and the first blood in terms of towers going the way of Radiant. Well, from the Radiant side, the T1 going down just before this for the Dire. So it's 1-1 in terms of tower.
You know what I really enjoy about the RD2L so far?
What's that?
Is that they don't super stick to the meta. Slardar's obviously like a great option for
X combo on the Slardar. That's twice that this X hasn't actually landed. You got to have that practice. Maybe this just he got drafted a Kunkka and he didn't necessarily want it, or that maybe just a couple of misses. But he has 2 points in X, and which I've known as being the inexcusable.
Yeah, the torrent was too far back a little bit. It was super easy to run out of because you do have that split second to get out of it if it's the torrent slightly misplaced.
The Radiant Ward is spotting out the high ground. The Vengeful Spirit was spotted. Now Doom's on the Honeypot, but the initiation tries to come out from the Ember Spirit, but the blink goes out on the Tidehunter. Ravage doing so much damage. Now the Death Ward hitting 2, hitting 3. The Doom's going down to the Death Ward, but the boat's on 3. Are you kidding me? That is so much damage. It might turn this around. Radiant coming back in. Ember Spirit's looking to do some damage. All the cooldowns are expended from the Dire. There's the swap, swapping in Doom closer to the Dire team, and now they're chasing. There's the stun, there's the Lucent Beam, and tons of damage. A 3-0 going the way of the Dire. The Ravage did so much damage, but the boat was really good on Kunkka, but they definitely didn't have any more damage after that. I think the Flame Guard got expended a little bit early because there was tons of nuke damage, and so that sustained damage wasn't there. And Well,
There was the Ravage and the Gush and like something else right away, and it just burned out. By the way, this Slardar's Vanguard is like worth its weight in gold. Like it is really like just showing how good it is if you can get it early enough.
dude, so true. I mean, this is like bristleback status. And a second Rosh going away to the Dire team. Way to capitalize on their advantage from that team fight. And trying to scout with the Torrent, that's the name of that spell, and just a defensive concussive shot. He doesn't have that Blink Dagger right now, but he's 300 gold away, so close to that, and that's going to be just steamrolling coming out from the Dire, just like, doesn't even matter, we're manning up, we've got the reach, we're going to catch you out, we're going to pick our battles, and pick them well. Skywrath does have the True Vision on him from the Amplify damage, but there's still nothing. There might be a blink from the Tidehunter, just for a Gush. If he can see it, he'll definitely go on it. He feels like he's tanky. He's almost built mech. He has a bunch. He actually could buy it. There's the boat on 3 on 4. Huge boat coming out from the Dakunka, making up for his past boats, but now he's alone. Is there any follow-up? Unfortunately, Skywrath Mage isn't even 6 yet, and now there's a battle behind enemy lines. The Dire Slardar is just going on things, but now there's this hoof stomp coming out from the Doom, stolen creep, but there's the other actually slithering Crush coming back out. The Dire's solo, Tidehunter solo. Is he doing damage? Oh my god, these Slardar's manning up. He has the Aegis. Doom goes on a Witch Doctor of all things. He didn't even have mana, but now there comes the Eclipse coming out, doing damage to the Radiant. He didn't have any more vision. It actually hit the Ember Spirit for some reason. I'm a little bit surprised by that. So Luna goes down, and then the Slardar comes out from his Aegis, standing in wards after getting let's see, the Bolas, the Searing Chains. There it is.
Searing Chains.
Searing Chains. They're rooting him in. I know the move. I know what the spell move is, but sometimes I just can't recall it. But anyways, yes, that was keeping him in. That was actually really good, right into the wards, and he had to turn back so low HP. But that was a little surprising. That didn't go away with the Dire. Of course, they didn't have Ravage to their name that fight, but Radiant. It was mainly just that boat. You can't fight into that boat. That is
that boat hit on 4 people and a Torrent hit on 3. And the Torrent's level 1, so you know, slightly less of a deal. But that boat, man. That boat hurts.
Yeah. So hardcore.
400 damage on a level 1 ability.
Oh, speaking of boats, it actually completely lands on this Luna once again, but the blink in from the Slaughter, the blink in from the Tidehunter, doing the Anchor Smash, slithering Crush. It actually able to turn it. Luna, not even dead yet. Kunkka going down, Ravage being expended, hits 2, hits the Skywrath Mage. Are they going to be able to chase on the Skywrath Mage? The Blink Dagger from Slaughter gets canceled by the Flame Guard, but now they're going on the Ember Spear. Can they burn him through? He's actually doing really good. His HP is just fine. Now he's running. He's actually running away, but the Skywrath Mage is the one who's really in trouble now. Is there going to be a Gush? 5 seconds, blink from Tidehunter in the Anchor Smash doing damage, and that's all she wrote. But that's pretty much it. Was there another hero that got killed there? No, it was only just one. Skywrath Mage going down the way of the Dire. And that was after on the back of 2 other kills that happened previously. The Siege potential trying to come out from Ember Spirit, doing what damage we can, but it's just, they just shrug it. There's such strong heroes, strength heroes to be more precise.
Radiant's top tower has
Yeah.
fallen.
That was good. Dire turned it around. They got that pick, and that was right on the back of that boat. Well, actually, in response to the boat coming out from the Radiant. The Luna wasn't bursted down. She just ran away, contributing really nothing but a Lucent Beam to that fight. It was simply the Blink strength heroes carrying the Dire team in terms of that initiation, counter initiation.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The Luna's farming well, but man, this Slardar, he is the man of the team, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Dom on the Luna, no creep really stacking, no ancient stacked on the Dire side, known on the Radiant as well. The Radiant team's looking to defend their mid tower.
That's really surprising because Luna has cooldown on Helm of the Dominator. Why isn't she stacking? Like that's like maybe the primary reason why you would want to build a Dom before anything else is like the ability to stack with it. Sure, the lifesteal is good and the like 20 damage you get out of it. 20 damage, yes.
Yeah, it's really not that much. The stats on it are so
it's
not good.
It's a cheap item, but it's just kind of a meh overall item. The ability to stack with it is really what makes it.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with that. And like even if you're not going to use it to stack ancients, like get a pack leader aura or something, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Hella good. Slardar's on the run now. That rank 4 sprint's just doing work. Luna actually got a solo kill that I missed on the Doom, who was jungling. Slardar's looking for another kill. This might be a second kill. Yes, it will be. A third going the way of Tidehunter for the Anchor Smash. But now Ember Spirit looking to re-engage, but that's 2 down. Dire is definitely in more force here, but he's still going in. He's still manning up, but he actually blinks away with the Ember Spirit using the Yeah, but man, wow, Slardar finds the pick. He gets it right on that squishy Shadow Shaman, and Death Ward gets used just to try to do, but there's the swap, level 2 coming out from bench. Actually, 1, wow. That was actually a surprising range. I didn't actually notice that far.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Dire, there's definitely no reason for Radiant to fight that. They were down 2, and there's certainly no way, especially into a Ravage, that they're going to win that. No way in hell. Hey, our viewers jumped up to 9. Ooh, fancy. Still haven't broke that 10 mark. It's 10 viewers. That's the day that we get 10.
We had 10 yesterday. We had like
for a moment there.
12 at a certain point.
Oh,
yeah.
I guess I just didn't notice. I was in my trance, my casting trance. Yeah, but wow, that's really cool. I'll take this chance to actually plug myself since we're talking about viewers. Guys, I'm next at Next Level Dota. This is my co-caster, Rankshis, and we're definitely going to be consistently casting this. RD2L has definitely impressed us in terms of just the good plays. I mean, you know, it's anyone can really play and anyone can be submitted, but really like the action, really like the drafts, and we're definitely going to be casting more. So tell your friends, follow on the Twitch, follow on the Twitter. I announce it, I use it sometimes, but now that's the end of my self-plug. And now Slardar is actually going on AU Autism 2000. Ember Spirit gets bursted down instantly. Boat only on 2. That's it. Now the Skywrath Mystic player is able to do some damage, but Slardar is like, I don't care. I don't care about your Mystic energies. Lucent Beam getting the kill on the Skywrath Mage, and the Shadow Shaman going down. Kunkka is almost going to go down on the backlines as well. He's definitely dead right now. Kunkka is like, I got you. Actually, Tidehunter's like, Kunkka, I got you. But yeah, that's GG called out. A complete 5-for-1. Slardar tanking all that damage and taking down 5 with him. Well played by the Dire. What a convincing victory. Wow. I've been saying strength heroes, man, like, in general, like, especially with this meta, any strength hero that can get in there, I mean, that's why Centaurs was so popular for a while there. Not getting picked up nearly as much these days, not getting banned and not getting picked even in 5 picks, but anything, Bristleback, Slardar, Centaur, that can just run in there. I mean, Tidehunter's a version of that as well. Just so strong. What are your thoughts?
I'm so happy to see Slardar, because Slardar is a great counter specifically to Ember Spirit and Doom, because Doom has just just awful armor. Like, he got buffed to 1 armor a little while ago. Like, almost no hero has 0 armor, and they were like, okay, Doom, we'll help you out a little. Ember Spirit, just another hero with, like, low armor who has the ability to dodge magic damage. I love that they just decided, hey, like, Slardar can counter a couple things on this, and they're going to have a melee middle. Let's pick up a Slardar, and they're not like falling into the quote-unquote like meta trap kind of thing where you only pick like a certain sect of heroes that are currently being played. So just props. I like to see it. It's great to see.
Apparently there's a difference in if you're playing for $10 million or $0 in terms of how you draft. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, what you're willing to do.
We do have, I'm going to cast again. Screw that. We do have one more cast coming, guys. I'm too pumped up, and thanks for watching. So stick with us. There will be another game as soon as a lobby comes up. So stay tuned. The stream's not going down. It's not going anywhere. Bonk. Oh shit. Whew, that was close. Oh, there we go. Yeah, all right. Oh, I see. I always get late this message. I keep forgetting to change my wallpapers to shuffle. I'm like, every time I see Lena, I'm like, okay, cool, it's Lena, right? It's not even a very good set. My Lena looks cooler. Alright, I'm changing it right now. Rankshis!
Howdy.
Texan. Alright, let's see here. Yeah. I got my brain back, guys. It's okay. Wait, no. I lost it again. Armory. No, loadout. I know how to Dota. Customize.
One of these buttons will work.
I'm changing my wallpaper and I couldn't find it. Shuffle. There we go. Nice burp. Way to go.
Radiant
That was
team
actually me running out of water.
It doesn't work, guys. I don't know what to do. None of the buttons are working. Okie dokie. Thanks, Volvo. Please fix.
Radiant team ban.
And we are back. We're going to start it early because we're just too pumped. Like, we have things to talk about. This is Nex. Well, me. I'm your host, Nex, at Next Level Gaming, with your other host, Rankshis.
Hey, everybody. Whoop, whoop.
Do you want me to
Something like
say
that.
your name, or do you want me to, like, open it up to you so that you're like, and I'm, so that
You know,
you can plug
you
your...
know what's funny
What's
is
that?
every time I think to myself, okay, he's gonna let me introduce myself, and then it never happens, and then the cycle just continues over and over and over and over,
It's
and
my
I like
wallpaper.
never think
I
about
just
it.
never changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm thinking for you. I think ahead. That's like one of my strengths, I'd say. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
All right. I see it. 10 viewers on my stream. Right on. Woo! 10 viewer hype. The 10 viewer hype is real. Yeah.
It says 11 to me.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm just looking at my streaming window, and it has a lag on updating what viewers, but we are really in the draft. Witch Doctor, first ban. Look at it go, guys. Pretty badass.
First pick.
What an
my friend.
exciting hero to watch. I really like it. Thank you, RD2L. Thank you.
Yeah, the fun never ends. Followed up by the Razor Tidehunter. You know, like, we see a lot of it, and for good reason. That Tidehunter last game had like highest KDA, and he was just dominating. Like, the Slardar did amazingly well, but Tidehunter had like Mana Boots, Blink, and a mech. Like, the dude was just a roaming team fight by himself.
He's a beast.
So definitely deserves a really quick pick.
Anchor Smash leveling, good spell.
Yep.
So the Ancient Apparition is the last of the first 4 picks, and looking at the bans, Faceless Void doesn't make it through, and I agree with that. Like, I think he's super good. So that did leave open for the Tidehunter, the pick, the Razor, Shadow Shaman didn't get banned or picked the first 4 picks and bans, but he did not make it through to the second of the 4. So that is banned out. No more push. DP's banned out. There really isn't that much push heroes to this draft right now, which is cool. Weaver.
Maybe we'll get to see some crazy good team fights.
Yeah, woo, just like the last game. Really exciting. What? 12 viewers? 12 viewer hype. The 12 viewer dream is real here in the RD2L on the Next Level stream. Wraith King, the one true king.
Do you know who I'd like to see picked up by the Dire team? Because
Who?
they have like the perfect team for it so far. Is a Lich.
I agree with
Like,
that 100%. Did you
Wraith
say
King
that
goes
before or
in,
after the
dies,
Wraith King
slows.
pick?
After the Wraith
Okay,
King
yeah.
pick.
Definitely. Before
Obviously
it's
after
like,
the Wraith King pick.
Well, before it, yeah, Ravage
Yeah,
is
but-
good, but yeah, definitely with the Wraith King.
Ravage is alright, but yeah, Wraith King can make a Lich ult just destroy, and then Tidehunter Ravage, like same concept. So they should definitely pick it up in my opinion.
They can really
we'll see
chain
if
their ultimates with that Chain Frost. The best, most wait. The best Chain Frosts by far are when they're used after reincarnation pops, for sure. I have been devastated so many times where I'm like, are you serious? Is this an actual combo in the game? Like, I did not even realize this. I am so slow. I am running from this thing at like negative 85% run speed because of the stacking Chain Frost plus reincarnation slow. It's craziness, guys. So Ursa.
and an Ursa pickup.
Fun. Now this
But
is
so-
yeah. Go on.
This is our second time seeing an Ursa in RD2L.
But I definitely think the previous game had a better setup for him. I mean, paralyzing cast plus cold feet,
but
not the best lockdown for him.
last time we saw him, they didn't even really attempt to get kills with the Ursa, which was like a huge mistake. You need Ursa to start snowballing, and he has the potential to start snowballing like right away. But they didn't do that great of a job of it. And Ursa even had like a positive KDA. He had okay farm. Like he was doing fine, but they didn't get the snowball rolling fast enough. So we'll see if that can be a possibility for the Radiant team here. And a Dazzle. Well,
What a good pick, in my opinion.
yeah,
Well-
like Dazzle's great against Ursa. They have an Ancient Apparition,
Double-edged
and
sword. Yeah, I was gonna say
back
Ancient
at
Apparition.
yeah, back in the day, not back too far in the day, but Poison Touch used to immediately put a mini stun on people, and so Dazzle was just considered stronger because you could use Poison Touch to break like TPs and stop channeling and stuff like that. And back when people would pick Dazzle up like right away, Ancient Apparition was like the guy who got picked up to counter Dazzle. So they kind of picked into that, but I still think that Shallow Grave will be really good against dealing with Ursa, because people are going to go down quick to Ursa, and Shallow Grave's just a great way to deal with that.
Yep. So I acknowledge my failures. You got to accept your failures, and I had the stream once again switched over to the other view this whole
This
time. I let you down, viewers, and I'm so sorry. So
Cody, if you had OBS, it wouldn't be a problem. Just saying.
Or if I had a brain, it wouldn't be a problem. So those two things are true.
Yeah, well, you know, either way, you can deal with not having a brain and just use OBS, but here we are.
Wait, why would OBS be better at, like, not switching it over?
OBS specifically, like, will only show Dota until you switch it to a new
well, that's what I did.
scene.
That was my problem, is I switched my scene over.
Oh,
Because I
gotcha,
wanted to show, like, my other configuration, so it's more of a me not having a brain
Well,
thing.
then, okay.
But,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, so, okay, cool. Going back to the actual subject, now that we're actually seeing the pretty lights of the actual Dota client, what an amazing thing this is, that we're not just seeing a white screen with really bad MS Paint skills, is that Viper is getting picked up. But yeah, I mean, like, Ursa is such a good hero, and even with this, like, Witch Doctor, even a 1 second stun coming out from the Paralyzing Cask is enough to allow Ursa just do tons of damage. And the Ancient Apparition Chilling Touch, oh, it's going to be so good with the fast attack speed coming out from Overpower.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that, but Overpower gives
speed,
like max attack speed. It gives 400, and most heroes have a base of 100, so giving you 500 max attack speed. But yeah, even with the Ancient Apparition like attack slow like that, it's going to be devastating Ursa. I didn't think about that, but that is also true and really good. So we'll see how it works out. I'm not crazy about the Viper pick. We were talking about this earlier, but since it's a new game, we'll talk about it again. Razor's just like an okay counter to Viper, and they kind of picked into it. Like, they're both still like great heroes in their own regard, but within the laning stage, Viper just kind of gets hurt by Razor. Maybe they'll try to find a different way to deal with it, but I don't really see that happening based on their picks so far.
Who does really good against Razor?
You know what? Like, that's the thing. That's why people pick Razor. Razor is just like a crazy, like, good hero within the laning stage. I'm not exactly sure that you can like counter Razor all that well, other than making like a dual lane with a Lich or something like that. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the ability to steal damage and then like Plasma Field just hitting crazy hard, and the unstable current. What is it called?
Unstable current, yeah. Wow. It's happening here, guys. You see it here, well, first, I guess. Medusa and Omni Knight being picked up by the Dire and Radiant, respectively. And do I respect these guys?
These are this is the first time we've seen either of these heroes, so obviously extra fun.
I'm a giant fan of the Omni Knight. They are probably gonna offlane it? That's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's an offlane Omni Knight, and
too legit.
For people who may or may not know, like, Omni Knight is a phenomenal hero, but within like the context of like a tri-lane, he needs levels, and it's hard to get when you're in a tri-lane. And he's kind of so middle. You could put him there, but a lot of heroes are going to beat him. So the best place for him is just in the offlane trying to get all he can.
Yeah, and definitely, and like you can save it for this last pick, because you need to gauge what the other team's tri-lane is going to look like. And if it's against a tri-lane like this, his repel is going to do wonders. Poison Touch isn't going to do anything to slow him down, and I believe Poison Touch is purgeable by repel. So like, it's just, that's it. Like, there's nothing else. You have a stun coming out from Wraith King, but that's also a traveling object that he can just repel. And,
yeah, easy to dodge.
So I think that is amazing. I think Omni Knight, just like Sir Action Slacks, is just so strong against certain lineups. And we're seeing the split shot coming out from the Medusa when she's really strong in the late game. She's doing that AoE damage. Guardian Angel's there to save you, give you wings, just like Red Bull. Just douse his Red Bull on everyone.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Omni Knight breaks out his can of Red Bull, throws it up in the air, and it just sprays all over everybody.
Yeah,
and then he hits his refresher, and then the can's full again.
Yep, and like while that's like gonna be the thing, this is a solo safe lane Omni Knight. They think that they're gonna aggro, I guess. I mean, like the Dire does have a pretty. No, they don't really have the best aggro in my opinion. But
we were talking about how he should offlane, but truthfully, he should solo safe lane because it's much safer. He can get more out of it, and you can develop a tri lane that'll work well, like this Ursa, Ancient Apparition, and Witch Doctor.
So he will be laning probably against what's like a solo offlane Tidehunter, and I think Omni Knight does really well there with the Purification heal.
Sure.
Yeah. Certainly, if he gets a fast soul ring and just able to spam that, that's really, really strong. And they're looking to definitely make something happen with this haste. The Ursa's waiting.
Oh yeah,
He's
Ursa's
like,
so
not
happy.
It too early. He's gonna get it, and now they pinged it out though. This is it. Is there gonna be so much damage? I don't know what they're gonna do against this. They're gonna have a stun. That's gonna be good, but they're not gonna be able to burst down this Ursa, in my opinion. Now there's the stun coming out a little early. Oh, he actually got Fury swipes first, which is actually really good with this haste. Now that I think about it, they don't need the burst right clicks. There's one more, and this is first blood going the way of the Radiant. The bear is oh wow, there's a second.
No,
this is even more. There's the slow coming out from the poison attack on the Viper. Boom, there's a second kill, and the bear is so fast. He has the honey on his scent. He knows he's just so fast. Oh my goodness. Wow, haste.
Man,
super good item for a bear.
Yeah, what a great start. Like, this Ursa's still level 1. They're missing out on some lane XP, but just, like, killing people right away. Specifically, this Razor. Like, it's so-so on the Wraith King support. He doesn't mind dying and having to run back, like, no big deal. But killing the mid-hero, making him miss out on XP, not great.
Yeah, Viper is ahead in XP, just by a little bit, because Razor did get, like, that lane XP. Yeah, it's doing really good, getting a lot of experience, and Ursa's just sitting here up in the top lane by himself at the moment. Is he going to get wrapped on? The supports aren't there. Witch Doctor's who needs to be here for the dive coming out from the Dire, because that punishes on the Paralyzing Cast. But now here comes Chilling Touch. Maybe they're making something happen with the Overpower. Now it's going to turn around. Now the Dazzle's caught out just by himself. Wow, the damage is crazy. The right click. Is he going to be faster? It's 360 movement speed. He has boots. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
What?
This is going to be a rough lane. Like, this Ursa is ahead. Level 3 right now, Poor Man's Shield and basic boots.
Absolutely.
Not something you want to lane against.
Yeah, this is so bad. I'd be so scared if I was the Dire. And it's a support, yeah, Wraith King, and it's just a farming Medusa. Medusa can't do anything but throw a slimy snake at their enemies, doing very, very little damage. And Dazzle can be here to Shallow Grave, but that's not going to help the fact that the lane's just going poorly and your HP is low. Shallow Grave will keep you alive, but it's not going to. Wow, they actually cut a path right here through the trees, and it's not revealed to the Dire. They could totally dive this at some point. And this is going to be the lane to watch for sure. Pings out, coming out from the Witch Doctor. Wow, Witch Doctor's really caught out. This is really bad. If they see him, which they're definitely going to see him right now. I think they see him. Oh, no, there's the tree here. I didn't actually notice this tree.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to see him, even if they walk right by.
No, yeah. Now he sees him. There it is. No? What? I'm so confused.
Yeah,
wow.
He pinged it. Okay, they don't want to go on it though. There's still a crazy bear monster right there.
Yeah, fighting in trees while you're locked down, getting trapped with this bear wailing on you, just pounding you against the trees, scarring the trees through your guts. Oof. What a bloody picture I just painted. Going to the other lane, I guess the safe lane from the Omni Knight, the solo lanes against each other, it's pretty even. Tidehunter understandably is getting better last hits in the interim right now, but as soon as the levels come out from the Omni Knight, Purification's going to do wonders against that Kraken Shell. Doesn't even matter. Pure damage. And magical at that, so, well, magical, but pure. Pure is a modification of the magical damage type. And so that's definitely, I think, going to turn for the better in terms of Omni Knight's performance later on. And on the mid lane's sake, it is I expect this to be even, well, I would normally say that the Viper would win in the early game Neurotoxin helping with the right clicks, but man, it is really going the Razor's favor. Once again, the Razor winning out versus the Viper.
Mm-hmm.
And ping's coming out from top. They're going on the... They actually got the Earth Shock, and now this is the deadest Medusa I have ever seen. Actually was stuttering there for a little bit, but that's all it took. Rip in peace, says the spectator.
They need to get this Medusa out of this lane and put her somewhere else. because things aren't going her way. They should trade out the Razor or the Tide for her and send the Medusa somewhere else. She's
Ancient
not going
farm?
to get anything out of this.
Stack Ancients?
Yeah, man. I don't even think that's the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Tidehunter, well, he's just having such a good time here that, of course, he's not going to be stacking those Ancients, but yeah, having the early levels and the early farm on Tidehunter is going to help the mid game when the Radiant inevitably balls out of control and the Medusa has no farm and no levels to her name. But is it going to be enough? Definitely not, is what I'm saying so far. Like, they definitely need to make changes. You are right about that. Dire is on the back foot going into the late early game. And Wraith King is now not even supporting that tri-lane anymore as well. Like, that stun is kind of needed. He's just stacking camp, so he's going to make it easier for Medusa to jungle. And the Radiant's tri-lane, although dominant from the past, hasn't gotten really active so far. The supports are staying backwards. They're really close to the tower. I'm surprised that they haven't pulled to the creep wave. And the reason for that is that that would force out a fight from the Dire. They would force to either lose out on XP and gold or contest. But right now they find someone. Is there going to be a lucky bounce? There isn't. It's only going to be one stun coming out of the Wraith King, but he is slow. He doesn't have boots, and you know who does have boots? The supports. But they're just going to farm up this creep wave and get the XP from that. They definitely just obviously dominate this, and that's why I was thinking they can pull this camp and do a little better. But now the Razor is actually coming. He's rotating to help out Static Link onto the slow Witch Doctor right now, but there's the cast. It's between two. It's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce only one more time besides that, but here comes the right clicks from the Fury Swipes. Overpower. Viper's here too. That's a kill going the way of the Radiant. And that's 5-0 now. Medusa's in trouble. The slow from the Viper is going to be so much. It's going to be way too much. And now the Ursa's going to be there. Shallow Grave. Safe word coming out from Dazzle, but hits under the tower. This bear doesn't care. He's got lifesteal. He does one right click, and he's almost a full, in a short manner of speaking, in Viper is getting the last kill. Neurotoxin in the blood of the Dazzle, who has no Shallow Grave to his name, having used it on the Medusa. Wow, 7-0.
Yeah, it's not looking great. So 22-0, the dream. Maybe that's something that's happened prior to us casting these games, but yeah, like I was saying, there's nothing good that's gonna come out of this lane.
No,
like,
this is so bad.
They need to switch these up.
They need to take the strength that Tidehunter has right now and start allocating it immediately. Like, okay, Omni Knight gets free farm, who cares right now? Omni Knight's gonna start dominating the lane right now anyways. Tidehunter needs to leave. Well, I mean, not speaking absolutely, but obviously the other lanes need help, and he's strong right now. He needs to contribute, in my opinion, in order to help out his team, if they're going to have any chance at winning, most likely. Here comes the Dire. They're getting active, despite the Tidehunter. Tidehunter's not here. Imagine if Tidehunter was, and the Bear is actually going to go down. He got completely overpowered, despite the fact that he has the move called Overpower, and I just love puns, I really do. And yeah, that's a good kill. Going away the Dire, they're on the board. And 7-1. It's the German game all over again, right? It's German versus Brazil. Germany versus Brazil. That's a big like Twitch chat thing right now. It's like when the soccer World Championships were going on. I don't watch soccer, guys. If World Championship actually isn't how it's called, I'm a fan of esports only, as Viper is killing this Razor here in the mid lane. So I don't watch other sports. I allocate all my energy to Dota and esports in general. So just letting you guys know to recover from the fact I don't know much about soccer, as Bear eats the snake for breakfast and lunch and dinner.
So, by the way, earlier we were saying how we've seen a Ursa before and how he didn't start his snowball early enough. Well, man, what a difference in this game. Just like throwing himself at the other team and just making them fear him. It's the way you have to play Ursa.
Casting has affected these players. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe
no, I'm 100% sure that somebody watched the VOD and was like, I bet I could do that. I'm sure that's how it went down.
Yep. That's what we're gonna go with that here in the next level cast on Next Level Dota here in RD2L.
Yeah. Ursa's 10 gold away from his blink right this second, so things are about to get really good for this.
Raiding team actually gonna get killed here. The Viper is going down. That the Wraith King doesn't have any levels. Of course, he has support, so he goes down in trade. But a support for a farmer, definitely good trade. This Dazzle is all by himself in the trees. He doesn't want to stay in the trees. He doesn't want to listen to HY. And Razor is too far, really, and actually gets the kill on Dazzle. I say he's too far, but I didn't notice that he actually got that kill, so was watching the Dazzle getting stuck, but... actually, that wasn't the Razor that got the kill on the Dazzle. No, actually, I'm going to recap that later. Razor is getting status linked onto the Ursa, so he's stealing quite a bit of damage, 112, but he's low HP now. The Omni Knight actually repels the stun. Ursa goes in with a new fresh Blink Dagger, gets a kill on the Razor. TP from Dazzle is going to try to come in, but Radiant's going to disengage, take their loot, and bring it back to base and maybe trade some items for it. But going back, it was Viper killing Dazzle, not the Razor, and the Razor just got a kill on the Witch Doctor to clarify exactly what happened there. As I miss Omni Knight killing Razor. Oh wait, no, that was actually a little bit earlier. All recap. Recapping while recapping's kind of hard, but I'm all caught up now. I promise not to miss any more, guys. I promise. That is my Iron Heart dedication. Razor is now going on the Viper. Razor and Viper, the age-old battle here in the mid lane, but now there's the Paralyzing Casks doing tons of stun, and that's going to stop Dire in their tracks. No action, says the Witch Doctor. Watch it go is what you're going to do. You're not going to fight, you're going to look at it go. That is what's happening.
Are you going to watch it go, or are you going to look at it go?
Yeah, exactly. Watch it go is like what the novice Witch Doctors say. When they become pros, they say, look at it go. As Bear eats the Dazzle, 2 hits him, doesn't even take that many stacks of Fury swipes. As Razor is going to static link, but he's getting got on now. It's 2v1, and the Voodoo Restoration is what they're going to stare at. They're going to look at the the Voodoo Restoration happen. This bout, this fight, this battle. And the Bear, non-stop action. This Bear does he have an infinite mana pool? I don't even know. He's just going at it. Doesn't even care. Doesn't even have a Basilius or anything. He just has tons of mana. It doesn't even matter. Is there mana boots? No, there isn't even mana boots. Just Witch Doctor maybe? No. He's just nonsense. Now he's gonna probably go back to base. He's like, all right, fine. I'll go back. I've got enough kills now. 8 and 1 and 3 is the score here for this Ursa. 15 and 3 in the match.
Not a bad day for an Ursa, one might say.
Not so bad, as he gets, what's his item that he's actually couriering to himself? Oh, I thought he had an item, but he actually just bought Phase Boots, I believe, and a Scout Shield. As I miss a kill on Razor Viper, getting some revenge onto the static linking piece of crap.
Yeah, it was a AA ult mixed with a Viper.
Very nice. Yes, good. Well played. Don't be afraid to call out when action's happening.
I actually I heard the AA ult is how how I knew that.
So you heard it when Razor did, basically.
Yep.
But it's back to the 1v1 here in the bot lane, as the rest of the team might actually come. But it's just a stagnant 1v1. that's the start
I
of this
just
game.
went down here. I'm like, I wonder how this lane's going.
Now the blink from the Bear. The Ravage comes out perfectly timed, gets all on the attacking Radiant, but he's still going down. The overpower way too strong, but Witch Doctor does go down. Omni Knight does go down during the Ravage, but now the Bear is back. He has a haste rune, but he's just not going to do anything. Viper on the backlines, he doesn't have a haste. Now he's a little in bad position, only level 1 poison touch, so it's not going to do too much slow, and they're not going to be able to get this kill. No mana for the plasma field, which might be able to get the kill there, but now the Bear is going to definitely jungle up. He has that Morbid Mass, and now I'm a little surprised he hasn't Rosh, now that I think about it. He's definitely been offensive, which is good, but he could have totally Rosh. Then again, I mean, it is the whole Dire advantage thing, but they have the map control, in my opinion. They can fight it, so definitely on the board as far as
this is the first time he's been bottom, actually, and when he was bottom, he dove a tower, so
and let's be honest,
he's been busy.
Yeah, when you're farming heroes, who needs to farm Roshan, right?
Yeah, why would he need an Aegis? Have you seen him just dominate things?
Yeah, exactly. But now that it's cooled down a little bit, now that one of the fights didn't go necessarily the way of the Radiant, he might start to think about that Roshan. He's got mana, he's got a clarity rolling, and he's got full HP now, and he's feeling real good. He's going to go charge right into the jungle for the Dire, but Medusa does spot it out because of the ward right here. Wards are pretty good. And Ursa probably just going to go back to jungling, end up pushing this lane, end up pushing the tower, as action might be bottling up here in the bot lane. pun definitely not intended, bottling up. That's pretty awesome. I say more accidental puns than anything else, which is really frightening when you're me, because it's like, wow, really? I totally did not even try to do that. But now Smoke is on the Dire team. They're going to try to make something happen. They're like, all right, 16-5, but hey, maybe if we go on the offensive, maybe we can set the pace. But the Smoke gets instantly revealed by the Viper, which is on the high ground. That's very unfortunate, but they're going on him. The Ice Blast is there. Is it going to hit on 2? Yes, it is. Instantly annihilating the Wraith King. Now the Viper's turning around, but the Static Link is there. He's got to run away. Bear's coming in. He's roaring. Instantly decimates the Razor. GG coming out. Now, that might be a little early, but we'll see. The Death Ward is doing some damage, but this is surrounded Dazzle. But it actually was the GG, and GG it is coming out from the rating. Wow, what a domination. Nothing to say, just face palms.
Like, yeah, I mean, look at the Ursa. That says it all, you know? Like,
yeah. 422. 420 Blaze It.
the only thing I think that could have been better is they swapped the Medusa for the Razor at some point, because Razor can drain the damage from Ursa as he tries to initiate onto them, and maybe that would have gone better, but yeah, that Ursa was just too far ahead. Things have gone too well for this Ursa.
Yep, that's the strength of the Ursa. They had the Chilling Touch was just way too strong, plus the fact that that first blood, the haste was definitely some RNG in their favor. But when you look at what Dire has, like Medusa, you know, definitely just a Medusa. It's like one of those carries that doesn't fit into this meta so well. Faceless Voids come back, but that's because he has a Chronosphere. What does Medusa have? Yeah, she has her ult. Besides that, she doesn't have an escape. Mana Shield doesn't get that strong like in the early game, and she's just so weak. She was a non-issue in that tri lane, and just even besides that, Dazzle plus a Wraith King, all they have is a Shallow Grave and a stun. No offensive potential to scare the Radiant in terms of that tri lane. All they can do is kind of take the blows, trade a little bit, but probably just get eaten up like we saw in this game. This has been an RD2L cast between the Dire and the Radiant teams. No team names coming out from this, but I have been Nex. This has been
Rankshis.
Rankshis.
Or the Anxious Rankshis.
Or the Anxious Rankshis.
Rankshis. Who even knows anymore, man?
Thanks for watching, guys.
Knows?
I should probably hit the sack. I do have work tomorrow, but it's the start of my weekend. So just so you guys know, please follow me if you enjoyed my cast. There's going to be tons of casting in the next 3 days. That's my weekend. That's when I really hit the stream and send out as many packets as I can. Delicious packets of Dota 2 fun here in the RD2L. Exclusively casting RD2L right now, so feel prideful. But anyways, thanks for watching. Follow if you'd like me. And, well, I'll see you later.
Whoop, whoop.